Hello, Seekers, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Easy, the Starlight Witch, and today we are looking into your North Star for guidance on the month of May. As you can see, we have a pick a pile reading in front of you. You have three goddesses that I picked from the Legendary Ladies Oracle deck to come forward with a message for you. So, first of all, we have these goddess here, and these little pile, this little jar of Larimar chips. For pile number two, these got us right here with some clear quartz crystal chips. And for pile number three, we have these got us right here and some beautiful citrine crystal chips. So please take a deep breath. Concentrate in your month of May and choose whichever pile calls out to you the most, whether it be for the goddess or the crystal. And I'll see you later at your reading. But before we get started, I want to set out some disclaimers. The first one is that this is a collective reading. It is not made for any person in particular, so please take whatever resonates and leave out the rest. Okay, if the message that you chose doesn't contain anything that resonates with you, then your message might be on a different pile. Okay, if you want to choose more than one, that is also perfectly fine. And if you would like to book a reading with me, then my details are on the description box, and I would love to get in touch with you if that is the case. Otherwise, let's get started. So, if you chose pile number one, Seeker, then your goddess for the month of May is Benten, and she brings a message of creative luck. I thought that we would read her message for you. So, she is a Japanese goddess and says you'll experience an influx of positive coincidences soon, also called luck, especially in all things creative, thanks to Goddess of Creativity and Luck Benton appearing before you. Use these as a sign to act on something you'd like to turn out in your favor. And what an amazing way to start the month of May with that. And this little message we will read a little bit later. All right, so it looks like this is a month to put in a lot of effort into the things that you want to bring to life. The astrology of the year has already started. We are actually in the most fertile months of the year, according to both astrology and the natural cycles of nature. So, yeah, this is definitely the time to work on the projects and the things that you want to bring to life. Now, let's get a little bit more of a clue of some themes that might be important for you during the month of May. So, we start with independence, and that makes a great deal of sense. So, there is a pretty good chance that what you are working towards is something along the lines of moving on your own, having your own business, and probably even moving away from your family, from a previous relationship. Wow, there is so many things that could be all around independence. But yes, this is a month for you to focus on things that will help you stand on your own 2 feet, whether that be financially, emotionally, um, many other ways. This is a month for you to go on your own. Self acceptance, very beautiful. And I do believe that this is very well interconnected because this is about your worth, is about what you are capable of. And if you are trying to open your own business, if you are, um, yeah, trying to go it alone, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that the work that you put in is more than enough, that the knowledge that you have, the creativity, the ideas, the plans, the whatever you bring to the table is more than enough. So it's definitely saying don't wait for later. You don't need to be more prepared. You don't need to be more capable. You don't need to have more knowledge. You don't need any of these things. You are enough just as you are, and it is time for you to do all the things that you want to do. There is only now and not really later. The moment is now. And we have calmness here, which is very interesting. And I get it. I get it because going out all by yourself in whatever it is that you want to do, it's definitely scary, you know? And it can bring a great deal of anxiety. It can bring a lot of doubt, a lot of it needs to happen right now, because if it doesn't show signs that it's actually working, um, pretty early on, then chances are that it's not going to be working at all. But this tells you that you have nothing to worry about. You just need to work for the things that you want, and everything that you want will come in due time. So keep calm and carry on, is what the card says. And I love that for you. I love that for you. If it is independence, I'm also getting here people who are getting out of relationships that they have been in for a very long time. And it is very difficult to start again on your own. And if this is you, then there is so many areas that you could be dealing with on your own for the first time in a really long time. From living on your own, caring for your children or pets if you have any on your own for the most part, or starting work again if you have been a stay at home parent. It could be many of these things with the job and leaving the relationship altogether. There is a lot that could be happening here, and accepting that you did this for your own good, that this is the best for you and for your children, your pets, if you have any, that this was the right decision, and you just need to go for it, and the universe will take care of the rest. I can also see here perhaps people who are moving away from their families, whether that be to college, whether that be immigration, whether that be for work. There are many reasons why someone would pack their lives in a suitcase and go to a completely different place. But yes, I do get here someone starting over in a completely new place. And if this is you, again, you have everything to make it a fantastic venture in the month of May and in the future. So, whatever it is that you are starting, I really wish you good luck. Now, let's look at the blessings, the challenges, and a little bit of information of what the month of May may bring for you, what it may have in store for you. First up, let's look at your blessings, the good things. Yeah, that the month of May brings. First of all, we have the Night of Candles here, and this is about willpower, is about going for it with everything you have. This is about taking the risk, taking the chance, doing the thing, and not looking back. And I absolutely love that for you. I really do. You have here behind your wings the wind that you need to takes you forward, the fire that you need to stoke the spark of that passion, of that idea, of that goal that you have. The energy is here, so please do take advantage of it. Don't hesitate that this is the right decision for you, and with a spirit guides and the other world here, you are being guided forward. Whatever it is that you believe in, your ancestors, a particular deity or deities, a angels, spirit power and totem animals, or whatever it is that you believe in, they are right beside you and they will help you realize what are the steps that you need to take going forward to make whatever it is that you're bringing to life happen. So I love that for you. I love that very, very much. You are not alone in your journey and you have all the energy, all the fire, all the good stuff to actually make it happen. Let's see your challenges. Okay. The Ace of Biscuits. Okay. Well, what I see here is that it might be a little bit difficult to find the right opportunities for you. Okay, that might be a little bit of a challenge, or you might have trouble identifying them. There is a good chance that the opportunities are there, but it will be perhaps difficult for you to realize that they are there. Okay, so whether that be because, again, you feel a little bit scared or insecure, um, something along those lines, I want you to remember here that you have the card of self acceptance. Okay? So please do remember that you are enough, you are good enough, what you have to offer is enough, and there is the right opportunity or the right person, the right whatever it is that you need to help you in starting over. It's out there for you. So if you are looking to open your business, that are customers, I'm pretty sure that are waiting for whatever it is that you have to offer. If you are going into a different country to start a new life, then I bet that there is a group of people waiting for you to be their found family, to be their friends, to be their significant other, if that is what you want. And there is probably a great job for you out there. There is an amazing home for you out there. If you're moving on your own, if you are starting over after a relationship that ended, then there is a beautiful life waiting out there for you. And whatever it is, just know that you deserve all the good things that the universe has to offer. And if you just remember that and remember to breathe, okay? Because we have calmness here. So try to breathe, to tell the anxiety, thank you for being here. I know that what I'm doing is not easy, that there are challenges and difficulties that come with everything that I am doing, but I know that I can deal with these. And then I hope that these will help you see all the opportunities that are available for you. Okay? With water here, with ease and flow, it can it can mean that it doesn't feel easy, right? But just remember that whatever it is that you are attempting is not easy in and on itself. So, opening your new business, moving away from everything and everyone that you know, starting over after a long relationship, or whatever else it might be, like these are the first things that come to my mind. But even if it's something completely different, whatever it is that you are attempting is not something easy to do. So just remember to breathe, remember that you have it in you to make it successful, to do whatever it is that you need to do, okay? And last but not least, we have the Something I Need to Know cards, which these are basically wild cards. And for me, they usually manifest either as a circumstance, a particular person, the energy around the month. Sometimes it is the lesson that the month brings. So, yeah, these could be, oh, wow. Yeah, yes. Of course. So we have the King of Quills, which is normally the King of Swords, and we have Amethyst with Calm and Wise. And we have again a reminder to keep calm, cool, and collected. The King of Quills, the King of Swords, is a person who does not let their feelings take over, right? They are clear minded, very strategic, very smart with their decisions, and this is the attitude that will lead you to success, especially during the month of May. Okay? Again, remember to stay calm, to make smart decisions. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to have anxiety. It's okay to have even second thoughts sometimes when we find ourselves in the midst of difficulty. But you are doing this for a reason. You are worth it. Your independence is worth it. And you have all the good luck that you need to make this a very successful month for you. Okay, so as I see it, here is the key to being very successful during the month of May. Okay, it's emotional intelligence, being able to process your feelings, but at the same time, to not let them take over all of the decisions that you make and the way that you feel throughout the entire month. It could also be that there might be someone out there who has all of these qualities, and it would be fantastic to have them with you or to have them guide you. Okay, so if you see in your surroundings someone who is very good or at making decisions that are based on rationality rather than emotion, and that they stay calm throughout challenging situations, then do stay near them. Do have them by your side. If possible, do have them help you, mentor you, or just be as a friend by your side, or whatever else it is that you need, because this is going to be very good for you during the month of May. And this looks really good, actually. This looks like a fantastic month of May. But before I let you go, I want to pick a last piece of advice, something to help you navigate the month of May, and then we will read the little message that was in your card at the beginning. Okay. We have feast, slow down and celebrate yourself. Once again, this is a big achievement, a big thing that you are trying to do, and you are worth it. Okay? So recognize the things that you have achieved so far, how far you've come, how hard it has been to get it all in place, and just get started. That is so difficult. There are so many people out there who want to achieve so many things, but they never do because taking the first step is actually really, really hard. So, you are doing something that is great and that is brave and that it takes a lot of work. So, do actually take some time to celebrate the things that you have achieved so far and whatever it is that actually comes to fruition during the month of May. Don't just move the goalposts and move on to the next thing, but take some time to celebrate your achievements. I love that for you. And the last bit, yes, wallflower. Look for the crack in the concrete to find your way out. That is very interesting. Yes, so these might be whatever you need to do to actually be independent, to go out by yourself right there. That might just be the key to actually take that step. Or it might just be about your mental and emotional state to get out of anxiety, of worry, of fear, and into a state of emotional balance and calmness. Okay? These might just be what you need at this moment in time. So, my pile number one, I hope that this reading actually resonated with you and that it helped you in any way. If it is, please do like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. It actually does help my channel. Share with others if you find that my readings actually resonate with you. I would love to connect with more people. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, one that is actually made for you and not for the collective, then all of my details are on the description box and I would love to see you there. But in the meantime, thank you so much for being here and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye. If you chose pile number two, or these goddess right here, or the clear quartz crystal chips, then this month your goddess is Si-Won Mu, and she brings with her renewal for you. So let's read her message here to get started. Her origin is Chinese, and it says Goddess Si-Won Mu shares her secret elixir for eternal life and renewal with you. Take this chance to either start over or put extra effort into what you're focused on. Very, very nice. Okay, so we will put her in here for a little bit. And this message we will read last. Okay, renewal. I love this. Renewal tells me that you are just coming out of a very difficult season or period of your life. It might have been a hard few years, a hard few months, a hard few weeks. There is something here that you've had to overcome that has now left your life, and it's time for you to start over. But this time it's not like pile number one because there was a little bit of a similar message for pile number one, but this feels different. This feels like reinventing yourself. This feels like a complete transformation from what was into something new that you are calling into life. So let's pick up a few cards in here to tell us more about the energy of the month of May, the things that may come up for you, the themes and circumstances that might come up for you during the month of May. We have intention, love that. Mistakes, interesting. and companionship. All right. With intention, I'm getting that maybe you have been thinking about this renewal and how much you want your life to change for a very long time. These might have been something that you feel needs doing. You might have felt stuck. And these could be in many different areas. These could be stuck in your career, stuck in a relationship or your love life, whether you have been together with someone or single. You may have felt stuck into that lifestyle. You may have felt stuck in a particular job, in a career, in whatever place that you have been living in the world. And you want something completely different now. And this might have been in the back of your mind for a very long time. This is telling me that now you need to take it more seriously, that you really need to decide that this is something that you will take steps, that you will take action to achieve, and set that as an intention, just allow yourself the opportunity to actually make this change and to become this person that you want to be. I love that for you. With mistakes, mistakes can be a very difficult thing for us to deal with because we have been brought up in a world that doesn't allow us to make mistakes, that wants us to be perfect all the time, no matter what happens. And it is okay for you to make mistakes. So, whether these be mistakes that you have made in the past, I see this as forgiving yourself, right? If these are mistakes that you made in the past, please forgive yourself for whatever reason, for letting that happen, for being too harsh on yourself or others, for whatever it is that brought you to that situation. Please do forgive yourself. Okay? It's the one thing that will allow you to move forward. It really is. And if these are mistakes that are yet to be made in the future, then again, remember that you are only human, that pretty much everyone who has ever been successful tells you that mistakes are stepping stones in the way to success, and they are necessary to succeed on anything that you may ever attempt to do. Okay, so as you start over in reinventing yourself, in changing careers, in going to a new place, in um, dating again, or learning how to be single again, whatever it is that you have in your mind, or these might also be that I'm just getting the idea of someone who has tried a particular project, a particular creative pursuit or business pursuit or something, the pursuit of something that is really important to them, but these did not work in the past. But this is still really important to you. It still means something to you, and you may want to try again. With renewal, I have the idea that you have finally understood that you need to do it completely differently, that it not only needs a little bit of tweak here and there, but it needs a radical, completely different approach. Okay, so it's okay if your mistakes are in the past. It's okay if your mistakes are in the future. This is something that we all need to accept. I find that the most annoying thing about mistakes is that they don't happen just the one time, but that they are a consistent, recurring theme in all of our lives. So learn that whatever has happened in the past or whatever may happen in the future, it's okay to make mistakes. Okay? And then we have companionship. And again, there's many ways that these can play out in your life. If this is a reinvention of yourself, of who you are, of the person that you want to be, there is a pretty good chance that the friends and the people that surrounded you in the past just may not be right for that next season, that next chapter, that next part of your life that is coming, okay? If you have been struggling with friendships, then please know that future you, these change that you want to bring around, that you want to bring to life, will bring better people for you, people who are going to be supportive, not just of who you are, but of who you are becoming, and that might actually be more suited to stay in your life for the long run. If you have been single for a really long time, then even though sometimes it may seem like you'll be forever alone and there's no one out there for you, this is telling me that there is someone out there for you. Okay, if you are reinventing yourself for whatever reason, this means that you love yourself enough to know that you are worthy of the effort that it takes, to know that you deserve it. You deserve the good things. You deserve good people into your life. You deserve all the great things that the universe has to offer. And these might not necessarily be a romantic or sexual partner or relationship. These could also be friends, it could be family, a found family, or your own um, blood family. Maybe you are moving closer to them, or maybe you are moving away from them, but you won't necessarily be alone. Just be comfortable with being on your own so the right people will appear for you. That was intense. Okay, now let's see what the blessings, challenges, and advice for the month of May might be for you. First off, let's have a look at your blessings, the good things. Oh, yes. I can see that here. With the Six of Quills here, it tells me that you are moving on from a situation that was unsustainable for you. Okay, this was something that made you unhappy, that had you on survival mode, that had you feeling terrible in the life that you used to have. And that is definitely and most likely the reason why you have decided that this reinventing yourself or a whole aspect of yourself um, needed to take place, right? So, with these on your blessings, it tells me that yes, you are being successful at doing this. You are leaving behind the turbulent waters and moving into calmer waters, okay? Where you are going is much better than the place that you've been leaving behind. The things that are yet to come into your life are much better than whatever it is that you are leaving behind. Okay? And with gratitude here, it tells me not only that you will feel the gratitude for having done this for yourself or having the courage and putting in the work, putting in the effort for doing these for yourself, but it also tells me that it will be easier for you to see now the good in your life. You know, that finding glimmers will be a lot easier. Finding the silver lining on everything, enjoying the small pleasures of life, all of these things, it will become easier. It will be much more natural, and it would be very good for you actually to start a gratitude practice. But yes, thanks to this change that you are making, you are now poised to receive all the good things that the universe has in store for you. And I do have to say that I love that for you. Now let's have a look at your challenges. All right, so we have the Four of Biscuits and Hearth Magic with warmth and nourishment. Okay. These could play out in two different ways. These could be that, first of all, you are feeling very closed up. Okay. Whatever brought you to this point, it has hardened you a little bit. Okay. It brought you trust issues. It brought you to be wary of people, of bosses, of work situations, of friends, of whatever it is that you have been dealing with. This has made you close up a little bit. It has made you to not trust people a lot. So you are closing yourself up to people and opportunities that might actually bring you the warmth and nourishment that you crave, that you want, and that is definitely available for you. Okay? So, as a fellow um, person with trust issues, I get it. I definitely get it. But you could be missing out on amazing opportunities or amazing people who want to connect with you in this new place, in this new life, in these new circumstances that you are bringing yourself into if you stay very, very closed up. All right. And on the other hand, it could be that even though these change, these reinvention that you're bringing into your life is definitely necessary. I can definitely see it here with the Six of Quills. Um, it might bring a little bit of financial strain. Okay, so you might have to be careful with your spending during the month of May because it might not be easy exactly to pay your bills, to get the heating on, the AC on, depending on where you live. Like, there are certain things um, essential for living that you might have a bit of a hard time actually covering them, taking care of them, if you are not careful with your spending. Okay? So keep that in mind. You are definitely worth all the good things, but at least as you get started during the month of May, keep an eye on your spending, all right? And last but not least, we have the something you need to know. These are basically wild cards, and in my experience, they can manifest as a particular event or circumstance, the whole energy of the month. They could also be the lesson that the month brings or the key advice that you need to navigate the month of May. So let's see. Okay, we have the Nine of Candles and the squirrel with preparation and determination. Yes. Again, with the Nine of Candles, I'm getting this idea that this renewal, this change that you need is definitely necessary. Okay, you are at the end of your wits' end. Yeah, you are at your wits' end. You are at the end of your resistance. Whatever you had to offer is almost completely burned out. Okay, you are at the very edge of a burnout. Okay, so if you are trapped in a job that you hate, if you feel like the career, the work you've been doing is just not something that you want or can keep doing anymore, if you feel trapped in a relationship, if you feel trapped in portraying a certain type of person that you feel like other people want you to be or that other people need you to be, all of these kind of stuff, it's really bringing you to the point where you cannot hold it anymore. Okay? However, the Nine of Candles comes with the advice that, again, you are almost at the finish line. So don't give up. Okay? Take a deep breath. Find whatever strength is still within you, because you are at the very end of this journey, at the very end of this battle. And with the Six of Quills on your blessings, I do get the idea that you will be successful. Okay, you will go from the turbulent waters into the calmer waters. You are going to a better place. It might not exactly be at the very beginning of the month, but you will be getting there. So, for as long as it takes during the month of May, hold on, hold tight, grab any and all strength that you still have within you, and keep going because it's coming. It's in your blessings, okay? And preparation and determination, again, determination reminds me of intention there. Okay, an intention is not simply a wish, it's something that you decide that you're going to do, something that you decide that you really want, and you take steps to get there. Okay, so that's definitely what I'm getting here from preparation and determination. And it also reminds me here of the Four of Biscuits. Okay, so you might need to gather resources, you might need to save up some money, you might need to prepare mentally, emotionally, um, in many ways. And I do feel like these two are definitely the advice, the key to navigate these changes during the month of May. All right, so take your time to get everything that you need to be prepared and to gather some mental and emotional strength. Because if you stay on course, you are definitely going somewhere better. All right? It looks like a month that might be a little challenging, but I do believe that these will bring great rewards in the future for you. Okay, so before I let you go, let's grab a last message, a last piece of advice to help you navigate the month of May, and we'll read the little message that was on the card at the beginning. Okay, we have homeward. Take yourself out on a date. I love that. I love this piece of advice because sometimes when we are going through difficult situations, things that are challenging, and things that take a great deal of effort and time and just about everything from us, we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget that we also need to rest, that we need to have fun, that we need other things, because it feels like every moment of your time should be invested in whatever it is that you're working on. But this calls for a timeout. These calls for some time for yourself and to cultivate joy. Okay, remember that joy is not only healing, but it's also a form of resistance. It is the thing that keeps you going. Okay, so whenever you feel like you are here, that you are struggling, that you are um, about to give up, do take care of yourself. Okay, make some time to do something that you love. It could be just going out for a walk, like she probably is. You have nature at your disposal, right? You could always go for a walk in the park. Um, for a walk in a pretty neighborhood or something that makes you happy. You could spend an afternoon in a museum or even sitting in a cafe. You could go to the library or a bookshop. There are many things out there. You could spend an afternoon crafting or do crocheting on the evenings. I don't know. There are so many different possibilities of things that you can do here. Yeah, look, this was the message that was with the goddess card at the beginning, and you have a retreat. Never underestimate the healing power of a quiet moment, and that is definitely what I get here. Okay, so whenever you are not only don't wait until the last minute when you feel like you cannot keep going any longer, but allow it to be there for you throughout your journey, as you prepare, as you set your intentions, as you make a plan, as you decide how it is that you're going to go forward. Take a moment. Take little moments in here and there to cultivate joy and to rest. These will give you the strength that you need to go through with everything that you need to do. Okay? Just remember that you will make it. Whenever you are feeling this way, look back at your intention, at your why, because it's here and you'll be okay. Okay, so that was deep, and I hope it helped you in any way, shape, or form. If it did, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. Share with your friends if you like my readings and if you think that they will be helpful for them as well. Whew. And if you would like to book a reading with me that is especially made for you and not for the collective, all of my details are on the description box, and I would love to see you there as well. In the meantime, I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye. If you chose pile number 3, these beautiful goddess or the citrine crystal chips, then this is your message. And your goddess for May is Eos with light. Let's see the message that she brings forward for you. Her origin is Greek and it says, "You may be feeling lost or aimless lately, and when Goddess of Light Eos is here to show you the way with her torch. Like Eos ushering in the dawn, a light will appear soon to show you the way out of your situation or clarify how you've been feeling and why. Follow those intuitive pings." Wow. All right. So, yeah, it looks like you've been having a hard time, pile number 3. It looks like you have not had it easy. This one we will read at the very end. In the meantime, we'll put it in here. And wow, yeah. This tells me that you've been through a time where you just don't know what to do anymore. You want change, but you don't know what change looks like. Um, you want something new, but you're not necessarily sure what that something new is. You want to go somewhere, do something, but no idea, no clue what those things might be. Well, let's shed a little bit of light onto that. Let's see what the themes of the month of May will be for you. First of all, we have trust. Trust tells me that sometimes when we are trapped in darkness, when it seems like we keep going on a road that doesn't take us anywhere, and you cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, trust tells me that you need to, well, trust that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that you will find the answers that you need, that there is a way out of your situation and that you will find it. Okay, there is something better waiting for you. There is clear answers. There is whatever it is that you need, it's out there for you. And you need to know this within yourself, okay? Because if you navigate life without truly believing that there is something better, then you may have a very hard time actually seeing it. You know, it's that kind of situation where even if you had it in front of you, would you know? Would you know that it's there? Would you know that this is meant for you if you don't believe that this is a possibility for you? If you don't believe that you can do it, if you don't believe that you actually have it in you or this is something that can happen for you. Okay, so trust is having faith, is knowing that whatever you're looking for, it's out there. Even if you haven't found it yet, but you keep looking because it's somewhere out there, right? With true offering, what I'm getting here is that something that might bring you light is to do things without having a specific agenda, if you know what I mean. You know, if you don't know what the thing that you need to do is, then why not spend your time doing something that makes you happy? Sometimes, and I am speaking out of experience here, I know very well what it is to be in this situation. Sometimes we don't do things or we don't try things because we cannot see a way for that thing to stick on the long term or to bring rewards um, on a long term, to be a long term solution of the problem that you are trying to address here, right? So if you feel very stuck in your career and you, I mean, I'm just giving you examples that are coming into my mind. Okay, but if you feel stuck in your career and you feel like it doesn't make you happy anymore, that you hate your day to day life, you hate the kind of work that you have to do, you feel trapped in whatever your work life in this moment is, but then you don't know what would you do instead. You know, if I am not this thing anymore, then what am I going to be instead? And is this something that I can develop into a career? Is this something that I can live out of? If the is this something that's actually going to help me pay the bills and do whatever? And the same thing can happen in relationships, in a bigger scope of your life. You know, maybe you feel like you don't want to live whenever you've been living anymore. I don't know, that there is so many ways that these can happen. But true offering here is basically saying that if you're not worrying about making a career out of it, for example, if you're not worrying about paying your bills with it, if you are not worrying about whether or not this could be a thing for you in the long term, what would you be doing? What would you spend your time, your knowledge, your energy, and everything that you have to offer in? You know, what is this thing that lights you up or that brings you joy or that you think you can offer others, um, to help them or whatever, without needing a plan for it? What are the things that really light you up and bring you joy and bring you everything that you may want to feel. And it tells me that you might start finding your answers right in there. So, if in the month of May you find opportunities to try doing any of these things, um, even if it's just volunteering, if it's a one time kind of thing, you know, something that you do one evening, one weekend, one day, one morning, then try it out. Try it out because you will start to find answers in there. Even if that thing doesn't end up being your destination, even if it doesn't end up being the thing, it will help you understand more or less where it is that the actual thing is located, right? That's what I'm getting with these. You need to trust that there is better waiting for you out there, and you might start finding your way if you let your passions, your interests guide you. Even if you don't have a plan, if you do it just for trying, just out of curiosity, just to do something on a random Saturday evening or whatever, it will help you understand where you are supposed to be going, right? And truth, what I'm getting here is that first of all, you need to be very honest with yourself on the things that brought you here in the first place. Like, why do you feel lost? Why do you feel stuck? Why do you feel whatever it is that you're feeling right now? What brought you here? What were the things that got you to this place? These might be something very good for you to reflect on during the month of May, right? What brought you here in the first place? And if you don't trust that there are good things out there waiting for you, why don't you trust on those things? You know, there might be a great deal of limiting beliefs, fears, trauma, bad experiences, stuff that you have been carrying with you for a very long time that you may need to look into, heal, and let go of it. Okay. But it all comes with the truth, with admitting that those things are there, having a look at them, and trying to find the cause for those things. Okay, so this is well, we're going deep here. It looks to me like to find those answers, you really need to do a lot of self reflection. You need to sit with yourself, sit with a journal, and try to understand where do all of these things come from. And of course, truth can also mean that when you are putting out there your true offering, when you are doing these things that bring you happiness, that make you feel helpful, useful, talented, I don't know, whatever it is that you choose to do, would they work for you? Because you might also discover here that things that made you happy before in your life, they may not make you as happy right now, or that things that you were not interested in before are actually really calling out for your attention right now, you know. So for me, truth is also being honest with yourself. It's not so much about others, but is about helping you understand yourself and understand what it is that you want right now and in the future. And that is definitely going to bring some light into the answers that you are looking for. I can relate to these in a very deep level, especially when it comes to life path and work and career. But of course, these can apply in relationships, in friendships, in a particular job, in whatever it is that you're going through right now at this moment, there is a way that these three themes, that these whole principle actually relates to that. So I'm just giving the example that comes to my mind, but whatever the situation in your life is, I'm pretty sure that there is a way that these things apply to it. So that is your mission, your homework for the month of May. Now let's have a look at the potential blessings, challenges, and advice that you need for the month of May. Let's have a look at your blessings, the good things that can manifest here. Ooh, okay. So, first of all, we have the King of Quills, which traditionally is the King of Swords. Now, this is a person that is very smart, very rational, very strategic, that makes decisions from a clear head and not letting their emotions take over, right? So, I do think that you will have some clarity if you follow these steps, if you reflect on the things that we talked about, it will bring some clarity. You will be able to understand a number of things. You will be able, maybe even to see the way forward, right? But at least to have a clear understanding of what the whole situation is about. And that is definitely an amazing tool to have in order to fix a problem. You know, you cannot fix something that you don't know it's broken or that you don't know what's wrong with it. Okay, so having clarity, it's wonderful for seeing, finding the way forward. Okay, and with white candle here, I know that it says purity. That doesn't mean anything to me really, but this candle to me also has a little notch to the goddess's torch, right? To bring light to whatever your shadow has been, whatever this tunnel that you have been going through. Maybe it's not about finding the light at the end of the tunnel, but about lighting your own candle, finding where you are in that tunnel and what's around you. And that is going to bring you to the right path, to find a way forward, and eventually bring you, yes, to the light at the end of the tunnel, to find solutions, to understand what it is that you need going forward, right? So I see clarity for you in the month of May. You will definitely achieve the clarity that you need if you actually take the time to reflect and to try new things, and to look into all the things that we talked about. Now let's have a look at your challenges. All right. We have the 10 of Teacups and newness and fertility. These, again, as a challenge, it gives me that you might struggle with a feeling of negativity, okay, with catastrophizing, with feeling down, with feeling like things will never get better, that you will never have your happily ever after, that you cannot start anew or make things work or just bring that abundance, that happiness into your life. Okay, this tells me negativity, a mindset of lack, of not feeling capable, of not having hope. Okay, it brings me back to this card of trust right here. Okay, I am a Taurus, so I know I'm very familiar with the need to see something before I can believe it. And it can be really, really hard to believe that there are better things out there in the horizon for you, especially after you have been met with a great number of disappointing experiences and people and circumstances, you know? But try not to stay in that mindset, okay? Because sometimes things not working out don't have anything to do with you, but with the place that you are in. It might be that you decided to grow roots in a place that was never meant for you, or with people that were never meant for you. I do think that this is where clarity comes in and when truth comes in, to be able to see and understand how it is that you got here, but also to see that if you plant a flower in the wrong soil and the flower doesn't bloom, the plant dies or whatever, you don't blame the flower, you don't blame the plant. You know that it is the soil that is doing these instead. And so try to see yourself as that flower and realize that perhaps you have not bloomed, you have not grown, you have not had your moment because you were planted in the wrong soil. That if you change the environment in which you find yourself in, there might be that space for growth. There might be the conditions for you to bloom. There might be people, there might be a career, that might be a home, a job, a whatever it is that you feel like you haven't been able to attain. That thing is out there for you. Okay? So try not to stay in a lack mindset, in negativity, in doom thinking, in that lack of faith and trust. Okay, you need to build your trust, because if you don't believe that there is something better out there, then how are you gonna go after it? You need to work on this. Okay, you need to work on your sense of worth. Okay, because what I've come to understand in my own journey is that sometimes we don't believe that there are better things out there for us because we don't believe that we are worthy of them. So, again, we are going really deep on this one, but yes, there are some things in there that you really need to look into, you know? And, oh, nice. And allow yourself to see things in a different way. Okay? Now, these are your something you need to know cards, which, in my experience, can manifest as a situation, a circumstance, the overall energy of the month, or they could be the key advice that gets you through this month. All right? And first of all, we have the High Priestess, which is all about intuition, and it's also about going inward. Is the things that you know, not because they are in a book or in a video or I don't know, anywhere else, but the things that you know because you listen to yourself, because they come from your gut, from your own experiences, from your intuition, that voice that speaks the truth that are inside you. Okay, so this definitely tells me that you need to listen to yourself. Okay, you need to listen to your gut instincts, you need to listen to your thoughts, you need to listen to your dreams, pay attention to the things that come forward, that come up from your subconscious when you're dreaming. Okay, you need to learn to listen to yourself. And I know it's hard because when you are lost, it can become very difficult to listen to yourself, to find those answers within. Okay, so with nurture here, garden magic, right? When you have a garden, you have to work on that garden, you have to tend to it, to water it, to check for pests, and just take care of it, really. And this tells me again that you need to take care of yourself. You need to listen, practice listening to your inner voice. You need to nurture it, and you need to nurture the trust. Okay, because the high priestess here is a card of secrets as well. It doesn't always give you the answers that you need. So you might not be able to find the answers right this month, but you can make way. You can start to make progress here, to understand the things that you want going forward, and maybe how to start getting there. Okay, even if it's not the answer, you might get the next steps that you need to take rather than the whole journey, the entire map, all of the directions. Okay, I love that she has here night and day, and I do believe that it is your intuition that will take you from the darkness into the light. Listening to yourself and cultivating that inner world, okay? This card is also very much about the subconscious, the things that are hidden in the back of our mind, you know? So I do believe that there is a need here to nurture the trust, the faith, the things that keep you going, okay? And everything that you try this month, remember that you have clarity here. You have seeing clearly, you have understanding that is not clouded by emotions, emotions that include fear, that include feeling down on yourself, the lack of self esteem, or anything else that may be behind this entire situation. You will be able to see it clearly if you really decide to shed light into that shadow rather than keep ignoring it. This looks interesting at the very least and a bit challenging, but if you do the work, there is definitely something amazing waiting for you at the end of the month. Okay, clarity is everything. Once you are able to see the way forward, then there's nothing stopping you getting there. So I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to bring the light to whatever shadow has been inside of you. And if you do, look that the knight is here with like all of the cards, but at the end of the month, you may find the light. Okay? You will find your light at the end of the tunnel. So before I let you go, let's grab a last piece of advice and read that little message that the goddess gave you at the beginning. We have homeward. Take yourself out on a date. This one came up in pile number 2 as well as your advice, and I'm gonna tell you the same thing that I told them. Sometimes when we are going through it, or even pursuing a particular goal or something, we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget that we deserve joy, that we deserve rest. It feels like all of our effort should be invested into this one particular thing. All of our time and everything that we have to give into this particular goal, right? But that is not the case. You need joy and you need rest and you need to make time for it. And this could be as small as going out for a walk, especially in nature, as she is probably about to do. These could be as an afternoon crafting, a few hours of knitting, I don't know, An afternoon in a cafe, a couple hours spent in a museum. There are many ways that these could be the thing for you. So, whatever it is your form of rest and self care, please take some time to actually do it. Allow yourself to rest. You don't need to punish yourself, and you don't need to um, put any more pressure on yourself to find the answers to bring the light and the clarity that you need on your particular situation, okay? Make sure that you are taking care of you and that, um, wow. Yeah, that you make time for joy, okay? Remember that joy is the thing that keeps us going when everything is hard. So, I don't know, spend an evening, an afternoon playing video games or board games, get together with your friends, go on a date with your significant other, or have some alone time. Like whatever it is that makes you happy, that brings you joy and allows you to rest, take some time to do it. And then you have a weed. Don't tolerate less than you deserve. And again, it brings me to trust. It brings me to these cards here. Please believe that there are better things waiting for you out there. Okay? I need you to work on leaving behind the trauma, on leaving behind the lack of self esteem, of leaving behind the lack mentality as well, because you deserve good things. You deserve to move on from this darkness. You deserve a life that actually makes you very happy. Okay? So I do need you to keep working on this sense of deserving, on the fact that you deserve very good things. And if you go along with a true offering and someone doesn't appreciate it as they should, or you don't receive the response that it deserves, if whatever is offered to you back doesn't match your needs, it doesn't meet your requirements, whatever that might be, don't settle, okay? Just keep going, keep trying, keep knocking on doors, keep looking into whatever else might be there, because this journey will take you to a much better place than where you are right now. And the key to get to the best possible place for you is going to be to not settle. Okay? Don't settle out of fear. Don't settle out of insecurity. Don't settle for anything less than you deserve. And again, truth also comes here, clarity comes in here, to be able to see whenever your offerings are not met with a proper response. All right, listen to yourself, listen to those calls, those little hints from your intuition that are telling you, no, this is not right for me. It is not here. It is not with these people. It is not with this person. It is not in this environment. It is not in this place. Listen to yourself, okay? And do not settle. I'm gonna need you to work on your self esteem and the things that you think you deserve. Okay? If you do that work, you're gonna end up in a much better place. All right? So, I hope that this helped you. I really, really hope it did. We went super deep on this one. And if this is you, if you chose this pile, if this message resonated with you, my heart goes out to you. I hope that it brought you hope in the first place. And also, if you needed to hear that you are worthy, that there are good things waiting out there for you, even if you don't believe that they are, then let me be the person that tells you you're wrong. There are good things out there waiting for you, even if you have them, if you haven't found them yet, you know? Sometimes you're just in the middle of the story, even if you think it's the end. It's not the end. You are still on a point of transition, okay? It is dark because you are in a tunnel. This is a point of transition. You're going from A to B. Even if you don't know where B is right now, this is a transition. Not all of us get to see the destination before we get there, you know? So I hope that these really helped you. I hope that at the very least it inspired you and that it gave you clues on how to go forward in your life and how to help yourself go through, at the very least, the month of May. Okay? Um, but yeah, if this message resonated with you, then please do like and subscribe if you would like to see more content from me. If you like my readings, do share with your friends. I would love to connect with more people and to grow my channel. And if you would like to book a reading that is just for you and not for the collective, my details are on the description box. And yeah, I would love to see you there as well. In the meantime, I hope that you have a great month of May, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!